What's up, good people? Good vibes only. Lots of love straight out of Africa with some very creepy videos you don't wanna miss out, man. And educative stuff on the way. Let's dive in.
Here! Get the out of the country! This is Jewish country only! We don't need Muslims here!
As rapture is arriving soon and so close, some end-time prophecies are being fulfilled worldwide. Among other nations, one is Israel, where some unusual events are happening in this sacred land. So, let's explore these strange signs and how terrifying they are in this eye-opening video. The first sign appears to be the reconstruction of the Third Temple. The Third Temple is a special holy place people want to build in Jerusalem. It's supposed to be even more important than the old temples that were destroyed. Even though it hasn't been built yet, it's very important in Judaism, especially for Orthodox Jews. They believe it's the most sacred place for them to worship. The Hebrew Bible says that the prophets wanted this new temple to be built when the Messiah came. Some Christians also think it's important for the end of the world. But there's a problem. The place where they want to build the Third Temple is also where Muslims have a special building called the Dome of the Rock. So there's a big argument about it. The Temple Mount has caused many problems between Israelis and Palestinians. They argue about who should control it. Even though many countries don't agree with Israel about Jerusalem being their capital, they're still trying to build the Third Temple. But it's not easy because of all the arguments. Jewish people can't worship there freely. And some Muslim people, especially women in black clothes, stay there to keep Jewish tourists away. Muslim leaders say there was never a temple there, which makes the situation even more complicated. Moreover, the more terrifying thing is that a special ceremony for the Third Temple happened on October 12th.
Came across this little gem today, figured I would share it with everybody.
Think Disney made a little mistake with this one. You guys think we should rename the title? Let me know in the comments. And if you're not following, let me show you all these little gaffes I find online. Drop that follow. See you soon.
Two guys, one cup. What's up with that?
In the heliocentric model of the cosmos, the moon revolves around the Earth 13 times per year, traveling at 2,288 miles per hour, while the Earth revolves around the Sun once per year, traveling at 67,000 miles per hour. The following model and animation illustrate how this is supposed to occur. As you can see, since the moon is revolving around the Earth, which itself is revolving around the Sun, in order to maintain its regular orbit, the moon would have to be constantly and drastically changing its speed in ways completely unaccounted for by the model. In the outer part of its orbit, the moon would have to speed up 67,000 miles per hour in addition to its regular speed of 2,288 miles per hour, just to keep up with the Earth. So the moon would then be traveling at 69,288 miles per hour when it reached the front of the Earth. At this point, since the moon is allegedly 240,000 miles away from the Earth would catch up in just 4 hours, so the moon must continue traveling 67,000 miles per hour along Earth's trajectory while simultaneously continuing its now perpendicular 2,288 mile per hour second trajectory. Then, as it turns to reach the inner part of its orbit, the moon must now slow back down to its original speed, allowing the Earth to pass by. Lastly, as it passes behind the Earth, the moon must once again quickly accelerate back up to nearly 70,000 miles per hour before getting left in the dust. In addition to all of this, the Sun itself is allegedly orbiting the Milky Way galaxy at 448,000 miles per hour, further compounding the problems and calculations of the heliocentric model. If this were true, then the Earth, Moon, and other planets would all have yet another set of ridiculous and impossible corkscrewing accelerations and decelerations necessary just to keep up with the Sun. And for the cherry on top, all of these calculations have been assuming perfectly circular orbits, but the actual heliocentric model claims that the Moon's orbit around the Earth's orbit around the Sun, and the Sun's orbit around the Milky Way are all elliptical, not circular, meaning there would be even more additional accelerations and decelerations to calculate depending where each one is along its elliptical path. These constant and drastic accelerations and decelerations necessitated by the heliocentric model are rarely, if ever, mentioned by globe believers, because they have always been taught that the reason we do not feel or experience any of this supposed motion is because we always travel at a constant velocity. In their own model, however, due to their elliptical orbits and revolving around other revolving bodies, the Moon, Sun, Earth, and other planets could not maintain constant velocities, and would instead be regularly accelerating and decelerating. Yet, meanwhile, you can stack a house of cards, make a rock cairn, or play a game of Jenga, all without any of this motion, acceleration, and deceleration ever being felt or experienced.
No, I think that is ridiculous. And I find it hard extracting sense from that video. Do you mean that is true, man? How? If that's true, how comes from this side of the world we are able to see the moon daily, on a daily basis? If it rotates that fast, that means there are some days you should not be seeing the moon. Or what does it mean? Or maybe I'm overthinking this stuff. You please help me to understand. This thing is very Kiminawarui theory. Let's keep watching and share your thoughts about it, because these things, who might be lying to us now?
Here's why at the bottom of some European rivers, there are stones engraved with warning messages such as, "If you can read me, cry." So in the past, when a river dried up, it would ruin the crops and cause massive food shortages and starvation for local towns. So whenever a drought occurred, people would place these stones at the bottom of the river, mark the water level and the year that it happened as a warning for future generations. So if the water levels ever dropped to the point where they could actually read the stones, it meant there was a drought on the way and they need to start storing away food immediately. Similar concepts are used in different countries. For example, in Taiwan in the Sun Moon Lake, there's a statue of 9 frogs stacked on top of each other, which means the more frogs that you see, the worse the water shortage is. The Egyptians used these columns to track the level of the Nile to determine if there was enough nutrients for their soil, and interestingly enough also used it to determine the taxes for that year. And similarly, Japan has tsunami stones which warn future generations not to build housing below this level. Follow for more design secrets.
I think now that is interesting to know.
Morning, folks. Check this out. You seeing what I'm seeing? Yep. It's 8:15 in the morning. It's completely daylit. That's the sun. Let's zoom in a little more. Check that out. It looks like a fucking light bulb, a low, dim light bulb in the sky. I don't know what to think about this. I know the shit that they're spraying in the sky is supposed to be blocking the sunlight and all that shit, but fellas, I'm almost 50 years old and I've never fucking seen anything like this before. I was actually going in the house to feed my dogs and I seen it and I'm like, what the fuck is that? It actually kind of looks like the moon. It's that dim. We awake yet? Are we awake yet? Like I said, almost 50 years old and I've never fucking seen this before. But then again, everybody's too busy looking at their cell phones to look up. But anyways, yeah, crazy shit. Let's zoom in a little closer. See if I can get... Yeah, that's our sun. Or whatever the fuck it is. Maybe it's just a big old light bulb starting to burn out. Who knows? Wow, unreal. Yeah, there you have it. Anyways. Fuck, I don't even know what to say. Talk to you later. And one last thing, folks. You can clearly see the sun up in the sky, which it kind of looks pink to me, but there's no sunbeams. There's nothing. There's no sunbeams anywheres. It's just everything is lit up. There's no shadows. There's no nothing. And not only that, it's fucking cold. Did they block out the sunlight? Are they blocking it?
Yo, do you know what that is? Oh, I don't.
So in 2017 they said crypto, 2018 you said CEOs being more political, 2019 remote work, 2020 every company will be a media company. What would the answer be in 2022?
the way buyers and sellers connect is fundamentally broken because you don't own your data. The consumers don't own the data right now. And we kind of experience this in the consumer world already, which is, like when I tweet, Twitter gets 100% of whatever economic value that I create, right? Like directly, if they're going to advertise against it, they may sell subscriptions against it, whatever it happens to be. I make nothing. When you fill out your LinkedIn profile, you're going to tell them your work history, and the value you're hoping, like when people originally sign up, is that, it helps me be more discoverable in order to get a job. But then after that, it's like, if you're not looking for a job, like what was that creating for you? And the answer is, they will essentially license / sell / make that data accessible, and you get exactly 0% of that value. And I'm not saying either of those companies are bad companies. I'm saying the model is broken, and that in the future, that there will be a more direct, because
Well, do you get 0% of that value? Because you get distribution, I get distribution, and then we monetize that distribution. You with the Wordle competitor, you could sell it, you could sell premium. I monetize my distribution with sponsorships and with...
Sure.
So we do get value.
We do on the company side. Yes, on the personal side, you're building brand, but it's an indirect value. So let's say we were even to monetize, like, okay, this is a value that I actually got. The question is, if you even lump that in, what percentage of the overall value that was created went to the creator of that value versus the intermediary, right? It's like, okay, well, companies are buying. It's like, if I want to recruit, I go to LinkedIn, I do a recruitment database search or whatever, and I make hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars in revenue. How much of that actually flows back to the actual consumers and owners of that data?
14 years before the sinking of the Titanic, a book was written called The Wreck of the Titan, or Futility, and was about an unsinkable ship called the Titan, which hits an iceberg and sank with many dying due to the lack of lifeboats. Sound familiar?
Well, that's weird. No clouds, no clouds, no clouds, no clouds. Boom. One single little cloud. Wonder if there's something hiding in there. Conspiracy theorists.
Yo, what's happening? This looks like a footage recorded from a plane way high above the sky. What's up? Is that a UFO, like a spaceship? See the way it's shaped? Yo, did you see like it just disappeared? What the heck? Man. Oh, I'm now in another place where I don't know where. This looks like they have been having floods there. Floods which have buried the road and what is around the road, even the drainage system, man. Yo, things have gone sideways here. What is happening? Man, where will the people pass, man? The small children going to school? Oh, what will happen to them? Man, the whole of this area. Do you mean there was nothing else in this whole place apart from the road? Because it's like the water has washed away everything. Yo, guys, what is this, man? What is happening? Yo, this is very sad, man. It's why you need to share love from wherever you are, man, and spam the like button, please. Yeah, because, yo, what the hell is this? This is very destructive if you imagine about it. Oh, we will float this weather, and this weather stuff has been going crazy. It's like the world is losing its land stuff. All this water, man, you see in our previous episodes we have been seeing how water has been causing so much destruction. Like now here on this road, you cannot even see where the road is. You must be a native of this place to understand where the road is, man. Yeah, that guy driving that truck must be very courageous if he doesn't fear this whole water, man. Because myself, I cannot try this. This is very risky. You mean you can drive in a place with water like this? This whole water, you just drive without fearing. What? Oh, well, this is very bad. Man, guys, please tell us where you are watching from, and if where you are watching from such things happen. Because where I'm watching from, we have never seen this thing or even experienced. We only used to hear our four grandparents giving stories back then that there was a time it rained heavily, extremely, and people had to put on gumboots. Now that's what scares people this side. But now the rain here or the water has reached to a point where it's like now the cars need gumboot, man, because what the heck? You see, like that car there, it's like it was drawn to the roadside by this water. So I'm saying it's very risky driving in such an environment. Man, yo guys, do you experience these things in your country? Yo. Please like this videos and watch till the end, because you might find very outstanding revelations in the end of these videos. Maybe you will understand why this whole flash is happening and know what is causing this to happen. I would also like to know, because I don't think this is normal at all. Is in the past. It is only happening now. Think about it. Does it mean that maybe people have stopped loving each other well? In the past we were told people used to live like one and everybody was for himself but love for us all. I think that's where we should now head or go back to, man, because I think if we unite and connect, the universe might have mercy on us. And all this distraction that it is causing, it might reduce it, seeing that the humankind has decided to unite and love each other. It's why you need to spread the love of happiness headquarters to your family and friends, so that everybody can be in